Hello camera. Why is it only focusing this close? Come on, come on. Hey curious fuckers, I'm gonna be talking all about how to make your own podcast. As you know, I just launched my own solo podcast called Love High, and I'm doing it
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
As you know, I have just launched my own podcast, Love High, and I am doing it all by myself. I am recording the episodes, I'm finding the guests, figuring out the topics, editing it, producing it, I am social media promo, I am doing it all. So I am the perfect person to tell you how you can start your own podcast as well. Number one, the most important thing is the topic of conversation. What do you want to talk about? This needs to be a topic that resonates with a wide audience because you want people to be listening. If you're talking about something super obscure that you don't think many people are gonna bother with or wanna get to know, then chances are your podcast isn't gonna be that successful. You want a topic that resonates with people. Often people really love hearing experiences from other people. With Come Curious and Fucks Given, that has all been about sex. I mean, most people in the world have sex, so everyone can relate to the topic that we are bringing to the picture there. With Love High, most people, again, are dealing with love, romantic connections, having problems in that area because things don't often go smoothly. So there's always gonna be people that wanna learn more about love and relationships. So what are you bringing to the table? To get started, obviously, you're gonna need the right equipment. Number one, you're gonna need a laptop because you're gonna wanna record onto a laptop. You're gonna need a laptop to do the editing. A laptop is the main device that you need to make a podcast. Unless, of course, you record in a studio with a team that has all the equipment and then you pass it off onto a producer or an editor to do it for you. But if you're like me and you're doing it all by yourself, you're gonna need a laptop. Secondly, you're gonna need a professional microphone. You can record audio just off your laptop, but if you want to make a professional sounding podcast, you need a good quality mic. The one that I use is a Blue Yeti microphone. It is a very popular microphone when it comes to podcasting. It's kind of what everyone uses, but there are obviously loads of different mics out there. You just want to make sure that you find out the mic that is going to be best for you. But I highly recommend the Blue Yeti microphone. It sounds amazing. And I also know that Russell Brand uses a Blue Yeti for his podcast too.
The establishment know that if people keep coming together...
Hey! Headphones. Headphones are one of the most important things that you need. You need good quality headphones that don't leak any sound, because the worst thing is if you've got a really loud guest and then their recording then affects your recording, so you've got this weird kind of echo going on. So you need a good pair of quality headphones. Location where you record is also really important. I record in my flat here. It is loud, it's echoey, as you can hear. So I've really been trying to figure out what to do because echo does not sound professional. Things I have been doing to figure that out is buying soundproofing, closing the blinds because
Here's what I found.
Closing the blinds can be really good because glass is super echoey. Getting a rug, making soft furnishings around you. Quite often I have put like a duvet cover behind me or a curtain. All those things really work. For me, I found a microphone cover which was around £200. I can't remember what it's called. I'm just gonna show you. This is my solution, and obviously this is not an advert for this product. It didn't work perfectly. I still need to have like a little bit of soundproofing around, but it did make quite a significant difference to my audio quality. So it's a Chaotica and it fits just on top of your mic like this. You can get your customized pop shield. Oh my god, look, green sofa, green pop shield. I'm so lame. So that works really, really well for basically creating a little studio space over your mic. And also this is my Blue Yeti mic. So yeah, this just comes off like this. It's basically just a very expensive piece of foam. This is the Blue Yeti. You have loads of different settings on the back. It's really great for interviews if you're doing them in person, because it has a setting where the audio can record from this side and this side. So you can put it in the middle of you doing an interview and you get really good audio quality. The episode that I did with Kelsey in LA, the first episode of Love High, was recorded just with this one microphone. So do you think if you'd stayed with him,
100%,
you would just be in that kind of white picket fence, like marriage?
I think it would have lasted for about a year.
And it's also really great for ASMR. It also has a setting where the sound records all the way around, just from the front and the sides. You've got a lot of options with this mic. The Blue Yeti. The next thing I'm going to tell you about is software. So you need to figure out whether you want to record your podcast in person with maybe a mic like that. You go to a studio. There are studios everywhere, like everywhere. The prices differ from around £25 an hour to maybe £100 an hour when you're in central London. Being in a studio is fucking amazing. Your podcast will sound epic. But you can record a podcast from the comfort of your own home and it sounds pretty fucking amazing. That's exactly how we record Fucks Given, virtually. So we can do it any time of day, anytime we want, and we can record with guests all around the world. We have used a couple of different types of software over the time that we have been recording virtually because of the pandemic and stuff. I think we started on Zencaster, which doesn't have a visual element to it and it just records voice and you can only hear voice, you can't see them. You can also obviously record on Zoom. Zoom now has a function where you can record the audio lines separately, which is great for editing. There's also Squadcast, which we used for ages, which was really great. We are now using Riverside, and I also use Riverside for Love High. I love Riverside. It records video, it records the audio. There's an editing function within the website. What's really great about these programs is that they record everyone's audio separately. Zoom records it over the internet waves. I think that's the only way I know how to describe it. These things like Riverside, they record it directly onto your computer and then upload it, which means that you're getting the pure audio from a mic with none of the internet interference, which means you're gonna get amazing audio wherever you record, as long as your internet is good. I am just about to hop onto Fucks Given to record with Reed. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to record with people remotely. So you get this screen, you put your name in, and then you have to say whether you're wearing headphones or not. And then you need to make sure your mic and headphones are all connected to the right place. And then you join the studio. Hi, I'm doing a vlog on how to make your own podcast. This is Vicky, our wonderful producer for Fucks Given, and also content creator, social media editor, talent, creative, extraordinaire behind the business. So yeah, this is what it looks like when we record. And I put my mic here. It's just rather large and looks kind of bad on camera, but c'est la vie. Ring light for lighting, blue light for vibes, and I guess we'll see Reed when she comes in. Say hi, Reed! Oh, no one can hear you, I just realised. Do some sign language. And then when we record, we have our show notes and I put them on the side here so that I can see everything that we're recording and I know what we're going to talk about as well. And that is it. That is the setup. And we get recording.
Florence can't hear me on her side, but I have my camera right here, so yay! Because she's doing a vlog all about
making a podcaster.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course, you can still hear me. I forgot, but you can hear me. They can't. Oh, that's so bizarre. That's messing me up.
Let's get into the recording, Reed. Let's go. So then you've got your recording. You're gonna want to edit it. Editing software. There are so many audio editing softwares out there. The one I use is Adobe Audition, which I really like. It's simple to use. I come from a film editing background, so the transition from Adobe Premiere to Audition was really quite smooth for me. It all kind of made sense. Obviously there are loads of other things out there, like Apple computers have GarageBand, and you know what? You can edit a podcast on GarageBand. There's also Audacity, a plethora of other programs. So you can find the one that you like most. You want to make sure that you're making your podcast the best it can be. You're gonna want to edit out the ums, ahs, the awkward pauses. If the conversation was getting a bit meh, then you can edit that out as well. It takes about 7 hours for me to edit my whole podcast. It's quite a lot of work, but if you are passionate about your project, I know you're gonna find the time. I find music and intros for podcasts really, really important. As you know, we have this amazing intro for Fucks Given, example here. And this is the music that I have for Love High at the beginning. Example here. You want to create a theme song for your podcast. Something that when someone tunes into your podcast, they're like, I'm ready. Also, the song gets stuck in their head. There are loads of websites online for royalty-free music that you can use for your podcast, or you can go away and create your own. Fucks Given's intro was a mixture of royalty-free music and our own vocals to create our own personalized intro. For Love High, I worked with my friend who is a musician, and I used one of her new upcoming tracks to be the theme song of Love High. It's up to you where you want to get your music from, but just make sure that it represents you and the podcast and it sounds fucking amazing. So that's kind of it. Now you need to think about how often you want your podcast to come out. Is it a one-off series? Are you gonna do about 6 to 10 episodes of a particular story, an event, and then it's just that one series that stands alone? Or is it gonna be a seasonal podcast? So this is when a podcast has a certain amount of episodes and then it takes a break for however long, and then it comes back with season 2, and then you can have season 3 and off into the future. Weekly podcasts are a lot of fucking work, but people love weekly podcasts where they can come back and be like, yes, I know that I have this to listen to on my commute this week. It is a continuous flow of work that you need to do. So you need to make sure that you are committed to a weekly podcast if that's what you want to do. It pays off though, because the more episodes you get out, the more downloads that you're gonna have. And you never know, you might even end up starting earning money from your podcast if it really blows up. We did not earn money from Fucks Given for over 2 years. It takes time to earn money from a podcast. I'm not earning anything from Love High at the moment, but that's a lie. I earned $6 last month. Raking it in. If you want to get into podcasting, it has to be a passion project. You have the desire to have the conversations, you have something to say, and it's not about the money. Excuse me, I've just gotten back from the gym, but I, whilst looking at the edit of this episode, realized that I missed out a really major tip. Platforms. Where are you gonna fucking upload your podcast? There are a lot of different platforms that you can use to upload your podcast on. There's Acast, which is a more UK-based platform. These platforms are kind of like YouTube. You upload your content to them, and then once you've set everything up, then it goes onto Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, all of those places. You can set what platforms you want your podcast to be on. You can also upload directly from Riverside to Spotify, so that could also be an option. I personally use Red Circle at the moment, which is an American-based platform to upload Fucks Given and Love High, but there are so many platforms out there. Just search podcast platforms. Also, when you upload onto these platforms, quite often you get a point of contact in the company that can help you out with your promotion and just give you general tips and advice for podcasting. They also come with some benefits. So Red Circle has this thing where you can cross promote with other podcasts that use Red Circle, so you can put an ad for your podcast on someone else's podcast and vice versa. I don't know about Acast, but it also is where you see all your analytics. You can see how many people are listening to your podcast, and you can see which episodes are doing really, really well and which ones are kind of flopping. So yeah, the final stage was to put your podcast, upload it onto a podcast platform. But yeah, that's kind of how you make your own podcast. There is a lot of different components to it, but obviously put your questions in the comments below if you want to know anything else. And obviously go and listen to my podcast, Love High, and you can really see the variety of different professionalisms in my podcast. There's one where I recorded a first date that I had with someone, and the audio quality is terrible, like so bad, but it's my most popular episode because it's such like a clickbait title. Good luck on your mission to make your own podcast. Listen to Love High, listen to Fucks Given, do as much listening to podcasts as you can. That's gonna put you in a great place for making your own one. Have fun podcasting, and I will see you soon. I hope this was useful. Oh yeah, also follow me on my social media at Florence Bark. See ya, bye.